This is just too good. I see change more. I see change. Memano. Munya see change the nyamamu. Um. Yeah. Nti, yeah. So let me take my last sip and then I'm done. Damn. It's good. Good stuff. All right. So let's get to work. Into then so I don't know why everybody is surprised at Napu. Why are you surprised at Napu? Um, the one thing you can never, the one thing you can never, um, you can never be surprised of is that when you allow for a level one thinker to take a stage, they embarrass you. That's what level one thinkers do. So I'm not surprised. It's like it validates you, but how can you be um how can you be surprised regardless of what it is? Publicity sano it was planted to distract, whatever it is. That's what level one thinkers do. Okay, they embarrass you. Yeah. So my friend Kofi Kranting, I'm the best, most qualified candidate for president 2024 in Ghana. And I have invited you to this page, onto this platform, for you to check, for you to evaluate me, test me, find out from me through your own parameters of evaluation to see if truly I I can represent you as your president. I know without a doubt that I'm the most qualified person. And today I invite you here to check for yourself. Okay, so let me start by introducing myself. Please share, please like. Thank you for being here. Yedemuna Amase. I'll say like father, like son. Well, listen, so let's get the thinking right. We want service. We want Ghana to be so many things. Inti, I don't have a problem with Napu's arrogance. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't. You know why? Because I don't care. And you should not care. The only thing you should care about is the value he gives. So you're arrogant. Not say, yeah, kwan ye, your housing, your healthcare, your employment, boys, yeah, Juma, inye sika, yeah, BBI, koso kama, well, Ghana. What do you care? So you're arrogant. He's doing a job, right? So long as oyene Juma, uwinya what you have paid for, no, you should not worry about what the guy does. But they make much as here. Yeah, you say before we get caught up in so many things that are yet totally unrelated to that which we want. So what if Napo is arrogant? Let him be arrogant. It doesn't bother me. Is he cut for the job? That's a whole different question. And the answer is a big no. Well, so get him out. The guy is oh yeah, the most decent person, the most respectful, the most humble person. I don't care about all of that. He has to be able to bring value to the table to serve the people of Ghana. That's the only thing that matters. Ghana for mommy and 20 who thinking no and what inti don't worry about say napoye arrogant. Don't worry about say your friend saying bahumia humble. It doesn't mean anything to me. Or call tum for what I said, come my back. Hey, you're tum for hey, kill me and I'll give you my neck to slap. So untumi nye Ghana kwan, untumi my boys and girls in ye juma nye and fix a housing problem and fix the employment problem and your problems you wouldn't now. I don't care what you are. That it doesn't matter to me. Get out of here. You a film. Saa na say Ghana ni bi adwene. Saa na say youth ni bi adwene. So yenyaya na nko ni atem. But with the atem no ye adwuma na you know. So inti mommy anwene get the focus on. Ti afrem Kofi Quarantine. 2024 I'm running for president for Ghana, and I want you, your family members, your friends, tell everybody to vote for me because I know what I'm talking about. So, NT Ghana Kulibu Teaching Hospital, na me call Agri Memorial International, Ewa Ringway no so next to Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Na me call Cape Coast University Primary. Na me call Garrison Primary Kumasi. Na me call Adisado College. Na me call London. Na me call New York. New York and Matina for the most of my life. My background in finance and engineering. I've done pro bono work. I'm also an advocate. Yakon aye nyume pi ama country Ghana. Ebini say we've made recommendations. Besisa ye tax code. The nipa efi abuchiraba abeye tolling system, abeye assessment on tolling system. Ewo Ghana said ye be nya tolls will be ye be nya income ye be a quine 78,000 kilometers of roads ewo Ghana. And my friend saying Ghana Oil and Gas Expo. Senanka Ghana, you reach me SC yen oil and gas. Emu kena at the time na started oil and gas businesses exploration no. So yamfani na nye adwuma ma baby a yegyina no ase yakɔ akyi. Nti emu ne yɛba diaspora conference ne yɛne ahomkan nsi besi ani ɛwɔ diaspora conference na ase inside the conference hall. That's ahomkan nsi bɛka sɛ yɛyɛ diaspora for your winers. Ɛgya yɛka bi kyerɛ no na kɔ viral. Na manfo pii frɛ me sɛ Kofi watumi aka sei akyerɛ diaspora ahomkan nsi di a why don't you consider running? Nti nkurɔfoɔ bi na ɛbɛhu me na ɛne me kasa sɛ me running. They will support me financially. And wɔn nyinaa ekuo na ɛbɛba together na wɔn wɔbɛ together no nti we decided to say we'll start on this journey. It's been a bumpy ride. 2020 ye me free move because now the enemy can be mente. Because I don't believe that politics should be about money. I believe that politics should be about serving your people. And that's my position. That would always be my position. I'm not here to make money. And that's why I renounced my citizenship and came to Ghana to be with my brothers and sisters to fight, to prove to them, say, listen, most Ghana for the American citizenship. And my free hall, my back Ghana, no ebe kwa hase, yenye omeni ye, na ye na ye enjoy. And found so ye MPP ni, and found so ye NDC ni, ye na ye mame ba ma. Nti yenye adwuma mbom yenye yomani ye na yenim egu ase wa abruchiri bebia Ghana ni nam wa abruchiri no womo ye third class, so ye at the bottom of the social ladder as a say jai Yes, we are building excellence. My and unti na me woha me running for president. Say Ghanaians deserve an excellent human experience. Yeah, wallow in the spectrum of poverty for too long. We have to stop this nonsense. So it's not about ubiye arrogant. No, it's not about ubiye humble. Yeah. Omuya ede, but it doesn't cut the mustard. So at the end of the day, no, you're competent to nimnyansa or don't mind. Obetumi ama ɔman no agyina na ɛne world powers are competing on the same playing field. That's what we're looking for, and that's why I am running. So, inti running a running a very simple. Yeah, 3 mega yɛde running. Because yɛde running a organization a ɛso masene a wɔmu piame, wɔmu boa, wɔmu yi sika. Every month biara woman aba together. Wɔmu sons and daughters of Ghana for all over the world. Wɔmu yɛ Ghana for. Wɔmu yi sika na wɔmu de contribute to na wɔmu de yɛ nneɛma a wɔmu pɛ sɛ wɔmu yɛ. Ɛnyɛ me na meka sɛ wɔmu nyɛ o. Wɔmu a na wɔmu ehu sɛ wɔmu yɛ de aboa. Wɔmu fɛ sika na ma me. Wɔmu a na wɔmu de yɛ wɔmu nneɛma. Wɔmu de boa na wɔmu ekuo no egyina from 2019. Ɛno nti na nso me nkɔgye obiara sika. Na nipa ko no ɛmɛ control me. Sɛ mebɛyɛ president a. Ɛno nti na yɛyi me free mu abɛnum 2019 sɛ makɔ forge papers. Me yɛ principal. Na me yɛ principal wɔ New York. Me yɛ adwuma wɔ National Association of Securities Dealers, the most regulated industry in the world. For 24 years, me ho ama asɛm. Me ma Ghana ɛmɛ forge signatures wɔ Ghana. Me tiri ɛwɔ hɔ paa. So, nti ntwa to so. Nti ɛno nti ne ɛnɛ Nyame adom yɛsan wɔ race no ma yɛ run for 2024. But yɛhia sɛ obiara bɛ support because game no mu ayɛ hye amanfo ho hia ho MPP fo suro, NDC fo suro because wɔn adi money akyɛ 32 years. MPP fo adi so 32 years. NDC fo adi so 32 years. Ohwɛ ɔman a yɛfrɛ no Ghana ɛnsɛ sɛ it doesn't look say obi a ɔyɛ responsible or what fiduciary responsibility of the estate of Ghana no. Watumi ayɛ deɛ ɛsɛ sɛ ɔyɛ in 32 years. Nti ɛduru mmerɛ a ɛsɛ sɛ yɛsesam. Ɛno nti na mɛmɛ wɔ ha. Ɛno nti na wɔn nso wɔ ha sɛ wopɛ sɛ wohu sɛ ɛyɛ ampa sɛ me ne the person anaa. Nti I welcome you to this platform. Say question biara wopɛ no bisa. Na mo bisa question no na wodi atem a. Mimi deɛ menyi wo mfiri so. Na mo nkrɔfoɔ bi hu sɛ wadwene wɔ fam. It's a reflection on you. So, nti sɛ woyɛ NDC ni, sɛ woyɛ MPP ni, waba hei. Bɛka nyansasɛm ni na yɛnsua biribi. Nyansa ni baako foro tim. Na aba ha nso na obeye bibi a emfata dia na ne sɛ wa me de menyi wo mfiri so. So nti no obiara nso apese obisa question biara no na wa request sɛ wopɛ sɛ woba so. Na because na text no dɔɔso no do nti mani bɔ me pra sa. Mentumi nkan ni na nti bia wobɛka sɛ ma avoid the question there be. Braso na ɛno nti ne aba ha ne. For the next 2 hours, no, if you feel say you have a pressing question to ask, feel free, come on, ask your question. And answer now so who say yes. Wakuma toyum. Inti najite way on or dear starting. Najite aba. On friend najite nombra on a net yedene starting. Ubia or Ben Aji to be a catching some random maybe some question. Yɛde ɔno na yɛde ne starting it. N'agyete, brana bibisa question. Nti ɔwɛn. N'agyete ɔwɛn. N'agyete ma yɛ a start you. Nti me deɛ nyɛ me a. Moma n'agyete. Mo like it. By now I say anke yɛapa 10,000. Mo like it. Nti mo nye your friend saying mo n'agyete wɔ he n'agyete ngwɔyɔ. But start question session eh. Wɔmmɛbue. Akua no mu nyinaa aba. Nti yɛda yɛkyia mu nyinaa. Nti monhyɛ mo like it na ɛma dwumadie no nkɔ so na obiara a wahu sɛ na agyete bɛn obiara no ka kyɛn sɛ ɔmmra no start Q&A session no. Na yɛtwɛn no. Yɛduru 10,000 na yɛduru 1,000 na agyete ma yɛ a na yɛ start nti yɛtwɛn no. Yɛwɔ 9,000 sisi 900. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I actually 9,000. Okay, so you do 10,000. Na agyete ma yɛ a na yɛkɔ. Na agyete Babio question ye. Maame lɛ na agyete ngwɔyɔ. Yɛtwɛn na agyete no aba. Nti na agyete ɛwɔ he. Yɛduru he. 9.3 yɛkɔ. Momra. Nti listen, we're gonna have a good session. Nti just so you can understand. So me thinking. Yɛde ɛba build a totally new Ghana no. Fundamentally different from what we have seen in the last 67 years. Okay, what we have seen in the last 67 does not work. And it's evidenced by how Ghana is CC. And me can be actually. And number 3, number 5, but number 3, ni key 3 ubie ni honuma ubitmi arane Ghana, aye Ghana president without our number 3. And number 3 na saying. And your friend a mega threesome no and yet dear wardrobe ni bia we a threesome a clean threesome a build it nations threesome no a day number 1 as I say you change your constitution in many pa no so ya bokro no pa e wo Ghana mpanyimfo no. And they get away with it because they're protected by the Constitution. Nti, obi a person president of Ghana biano must understand and know for a fact and be able to prove to Ghana for say, oba change the Constitution. Obi a onka about Constitution change and yet review. There's a different animal. Review the Constitution. We don't need to review a Constitution. We know exactly what's wrong with the Constitution. Nti, yɛtwam review ba na wɔbɛsesa no nti change the Constitution number 1. Number 2, eradicate corruption boy cut $3 to $4 billion every year. 3 to 4 billion a year. If you do not eradicate corruption, bokiti no asiye tutokuro. It's not about putting more water in the bokiti. It's not about doing a 24-hour economy in the bokiti. Na asiye too. It's about just fixing the leak. Think about it. Buckets na asiye too. Would the 24-hour economy gum? Would the one district, one factory gum? Would the one district, one dam tum? Would the free SHS a tum? Bibia would the tum biano in mini efasiye. Think about it. So for Bia or your objective no. Now when you're drawn by party colors no. As I say when you answer to make a say bucket na see tour. The first order of business and say you plug the leak. And sana would the issue for gum. Yes, sir, issue no would the gum say ya a be leaky. Plain and simple. You cannot contest that. You cannot argue with that. Why would I argue with that? Now, Sebi, there is something seriously wrong with the way you think. So, okay. Until that's established. Number 3, we need to institute a national development plan for the next 50 years, broken down in every 4 years, 4 years, 4 years, because President to be obedient time of obedient Oba for the term year 4 years. 4 years, and you eat 4 years. 1 year now, some Boma Ghana for they give you another 4. After term year 4 years. Why impress a woman? Hasta la vista. That is it. Okwa womedu. I say, what's some woman boy? And they say, you know what? And that's all you need. You don't need more than 4 years. I didn't know we need more than 4 years because in 4 years, no. So we are on your year, there will be a best sombo. Munti de make you, there will be a best sombo because we've been so betwaso. A year National Development Plan at all. National Development Plan, a daya yesi, 10-story building. 10-story building, we now lay foundation. Now we hear 1 story, one for next floor, crampo after foundation. Now, why you 1? Just said there's 9 more to go. The next person will be or you 1, or you 2, or you 3, or you need the area, or next person will be no be, but a dynamic structure. Windows need design it and it's the sun because a national development plan. But in the last 67 years, what we've been used to is that we bar no I be sit down or compound house. You be see 10-story building. Nipa president for boss you dey be. Ye mu krani and start to fufu. We just see ho. And chain no near start see fufu. Akwaji sika fufu. You see 2 floors. The next person will say, oh, per se, maybe 2 hours there, no so now, unya fans there be. And no crown a beboy, and so meant to us. Now I could just as well, baby, no see. Concepts, me can't amount for sick. If you men cast a concept, they are tempted. And your mama me words say, because my words nasa, my dictionary, no words nasa. Indiana, one batch of personal request. My animal mama words be because me cast a concept and go for here. One say media term. Mea mencrofo new vision movement for say media term. Intima me cast a concept. Mama me words. Inti ebusian 4. Change the constitution. Eradicate corruption. Now, ubia in the process of eradicating corruption, you be who say what cause of financial loss to the state as a see a chin for life. So the Sikana where we are in a bar, we do a plea bargain near her said, you better take the sentence no swap. Because you per se you send a strong message to Bia Wagana say. This is the last time we deal with the issue of corruption on this scale. Nipa wohodie, corruption will always be. But corruption, I say nipa bo a minor criminal should not go past maybe 1,000 cedis a year. 1,000 no crowd also. Me say tiny $1,000, 1,000 cedis crowd also. Because it's going to be impossible for you to steal and get away. You who's a punishment the amount will be pass it or Sanyoma 3 yakin. 4th one no said you be reduced government by over 70%. Near Bema government are effective, efficient, and functional. So, and at the 5th thing, no, they say we invest in over $10 billion into agriculture. Minya for phone to mute. saying brainwash our phone to mute. What we're going to do, they said, we're going to invest $10 billion into agriculture for the next 10 years. So, into top 5 time, dear Mamuyo, change the constitution, eradicate corruption, institute a national development plan, reduce government, invest in agriculture. 10. 5. And only basis for growth. Nobody can build Ghana into a nation, sustainable, without this going through baby a memefe. Ubia or another way no unim deɛ ɔka. Ɔyɛ torofo. Me na meka kyerɛ mo. Nti mepɛ sɛ mo dwene ho yie. Na mo question ubia ɔse ɔpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ president no. If they don't go through this path now, they can never get Ghana to elevate its game and to sustain Anyejuma. And with that, I think we've given us the basis for us to start. Najite by an hour ma. Najite. When you Najite oh yeah 419 Ufe or 419 hello. Nti yanko brainwash ho. Brainwash, you can unmute. Talk to us. What's your question? Nti Mr. Emo, oba ubisa question then nya quick near bono by 10 near we nti Mr. Emo. Nti brainwash, go ahead with your question.
Oh, okay. Me that's no mama kwenya me chie obi bia minim time and baby am one day time I feel ya one painting. My problem kaka say actually Ghanaians, some Ghanaians, we have floating voters, and Ghanaians are tired of this NPP and NDC, to be honest. But the problem is the brainwash has been too much, that I don't know. You see, they wish they can change. And then one problem I also have with
what's your question? You didn't ask the question. You just
I'm coming to the question. My problem, I'm coming there to the question. My question, and then problem is, why is it that the independent candidates, like you, we all want you guys. The problem is we want a change, but who? And all the independent candidates that we know, you, Chada, or Indum, you see those small parties. You see, now Ghanaians, some of them think, I think personally that some of them think like, okay, say party with so me kotoman they send malusu ademukra uninkrofo. My question is why all of you don't come together, more together. No matter like we call this region. No, we know Ghanaians knows that you people are under one umbrella. You bring up a law that will bind all of you together. Until everything is done. So once power is won, then you people will know how, because there will be a law that will be regulating all of you. Because with that one, I think it will be very easy for us to achieve our dream. Because brainwash, very right. Because the number you are who carry need the number Chada crab boss Chabosum in Dumini that, but it's a huge number of people. If you come together, I think parliament will be divided. Say the South Africa, I divided as they say will be our own. They say South Africa, once they say almost system not changes this year. At the end M course to see and they say no more say Julius Malema saw pay foreigners and one DA buy and also saw pay foreigners person. What they say no they say what ways to say they say ANC ni anubium because majority no every side.
Okay. All right, so that's your question.
If my question is why can't you guys come together?
We got you. We got your question. We'll answer to that and say, Minya, so we are president, brainwash. Now we'll find out say being so smaller parties, one independent, one more person, one no alliance. Now we'll find out say they've been sponsored by say we free. Would you join with them?
This question is a rhetorical question, very tough. No,
very simple.
But you see, the thing is, your agenda.
Listen to me. Africa for when you a problem. Simple question. Will you work with them or you will not?
No,
Don't
I
give
won't.
me an explanation.
I won't.
Okay. Inti, that's where I am. Because Nkrofoni Pia, Wokekano, woman yet truly for independence, and I say one smaller parties in now, are compromised. NPP, NDC, and a running SAR organizations. Okay, I've been here since 2019. Until I've learned my lesson. Until and you say me kana keke. Minya, you winia, a bear me destiny you be. So, but the truth of the matter is that we have to also deal with the reality on the ground. The reality on the ground is that most of these people, MPP and NDC, are outsmart you be him say, and Crawford EPC you free ho. Until one may decline a critique, your friend saying, one may mutate. Until say, who name one and one more so they come and they talk. Pacho will be our phone to me. I'll join us this year. Inti obi obeba. Yeah. Inti obi obeba sin numuno. Wono ewa adwene se nipa kroni ye papa. Why don't you come together? You build a bigger force. So when you move more, obet disintegrate the whole system. You come crashing down like a deck of cards. But what I say? And nunti na a very tricky process. Nti as I saw do ho kwashim boha na wo hwe wo mo ye papa no, because you never know say wo hwe ni pakro ni say ya wo be hu so ye papa. You never know. Nti the meme can say the consideration has been made. Yeah, hwe. But ma you've no any disappointed see am for bia meka ho because enye wo mu na no mo ye papa. But your make what I say.
Yeah. That's fine.
What my sponsor womo. And I mean, what my sponsor womo. Pinya papa. Trust me.
If almost sponsor Oma, the question is almost sponsor Oma. So where are we going to be diverted at the end of the day then?
Oh, patches. Where are you?
You can say, oh, can say almost sponsor. Let's assume say yes, Obinsu Tibebi no visa okay, Mr. Kofi, and so almost sponsor na. Then at the end of the day, na me di wechino. Na man to ama NDC and to ama MPP na me di wechino. Where are you going to put me? I
say me no me can woman can de me making. I'm the only one who talks like the way I talk. So, if you're paying attention, which you should, because it's your life, you will know the difference. Because throughout the course to December, no, I'm going to be spitting clues. Say, when I see, and I want to pay attention. One more kasakra, utie one more underlining arguments now. Uhu baby, one more toko. Maybe I won't pay attention. No. So, there are going to be people that will come out and be very clear. Say, Sapra we dear, we on ye, drew why you becca. But most won't pay attention. I'm the more differences. No. Any woman, one more can assemble against MPP and NDC. Any woman, one more and shed that anchor. They make statements. Oh, MPP dear, yes, and one more weak arguments. So if you're paying attention, you will know. And to pay attention, they make what I say.
Yeah, but because I want this power to get away from these people. But if you raise this concern to her, then I'm a little bit confused.
There's nothing to be confused.
Because listen
to me. There's nothing to be confused. Pay attention. Too much clutter is what gets you confused because you're not listening. The American show and they say, I'm going to be giving you clues. Obi answer what in the arena and also be Canadian. It's for you to know, say, akwawe in some more can and your papa. Because we will throw challenges to them. Womu be feely. Indeed, there's no need to be confused. Pay attention and you will know which one. That's all. There's no confusion about this. The only confusion you draw from this, they say, well, per se, yeah, Jumama. So per se, yeah, Jumama, just pay attention. That's all. They make a say.
That's fine.
That's all you have to do. Just pay attention. Maybe kind of natural. Obekaso no kofi, obi so kind of well, inti say, maybe say, we ensure no, obi so kase we ensure no ma. Won't nominate instantaneously. Okay, say, akwe ensure or say ensure or boil a no at 100 degrees and a steam. Inti chances are ensure. Ubi no one at the end of 2 days and yes, steam here. Intellectually, you could come to a conclusion, say at 100 degrees and change it from water to steamer, then maybe it's not water. So, we're going to give you clues. Ebema who said, we near papa, we put people up to a challenge. What you're willing to do. So, most of them, no, okasi you're going to a coalition. They don't want to go into a coalition unless they are the lead person. And no, one indicator. I didn't because of so control now at the end. No, kase. To me, and we near the young can people who young can this. Inti, ya bet mamu clues, no. Right. Munyabutre, no, the munshech.
Time is not our side, so we need to have the clue earlier. We want to see things earlier.
You see what you need to see.
If they are not able to get the percentage, that is where I'll be very happy. You understand? That is where I want this whole thing to get to. Because
we understand you. Pay attention. That's all. That's not about talk. Just pay attention. You will get your clues to make the informed decision. That clutter is not going to help you. Pay attention to the details. You will get the details. Why? Thank you. Let's go to oops. Asa, hey, Udin dear. Asa FRARS.
Doctor, maybe I told me that episode for Michelle will be a
deep any and fan throw.
If I Samoa.
Hey, now, the me says the German, the Russia, said dear Ben, Yugoslovakia, no, said dear Ben, you dear Matthias, somehow, dear cop. What's something saying?
Doctor, maybe my question about economy and a business is here. No, now they are tossing me, you know. Me say your comparison busy and then can be some question. Say you share number 2 your friends Burkina Faso. I'm head of state and say na number 2 wo to na wutu say boa or mine bebre. And the style of leadership no we just say no mine nyina just say opposition will be edinechi. Okay. Yen oba yen ye de mu na acquire one way tete de na just improvement bia wo
koso kasa meba.
Okay, say nyame adom yen me say what the changes ba na me concern pa ye fan saying government expenditure, because now we talk about reduced government. Na me ntimi hu say about expenditure and now say bia nipa na wo hododo ne bia obeka be down. Because, for example, say President cry back, say you share cars near the dinner china. Yet me say at the end of the day, no fuel nkwana you be fuel V8 near the dinner chino. And unquite me a ma constituency be. And the patio reduce government, about expenditure, about ministerial positions, and then advice in honor na or come and assessing. The patio, my second question. And so you say, so what by if anything, corruption I do so my nyina no or more team aboama de na koso pie the auditory ministry and I say auditor general department no. And nyame adom na say oba power. Edebe na obeya fa ho saa nipa bi na wo saa positions no obeyi o mafiri ho e de foforo aba anaso obekoso ama o ma ye o madwuma me patcho me question no.
Okay, so say utie de me kai point number your friend saying 4 now me say you be reduce government by 70% because government is efficient and effective. So what they make can I say? And see, part of changes here by being said you be running a very tight government. Say what me policy that so when a sheet me policy now it say you reduce ministries from 80, 90 there to 10 ministries penny by running 10. All the other ministries into agencies because all running an agency you don't need a minister and a deputy minister and you don't need the expense that comes with running sa ministry Inti no will take care of our expenditure now because we're running a very tight government. And you only pay my year for party boys and girls to say be disika. Inti ye be cut it down dramatically by over 70%. That's huge. Pa. And our second question corruption, one more saying ba ubia we are in public service our position be a leadership position what time no you na year 1 and our first 6 months but you best start here free top near down from the presidency all near kumbu all the way down to the last person. So and what we're going to be doing is we're going to take a look at all the money Saaba in through Sa Accountant General's office, public sector will be receiving points. Near his sikana e buy dear near the year. Yes, Yemfankoya tema habo, Yemfankoya tema motowi, Yemfankusida, Yenkoye school, Yankoya quain. Says he can no a hinify. Near investigate baby sikan would be a necessary ba. So into what were this sikana beba. What at your post went to me anya with Jume ye na enamo so inti Ghana lusu sikano. Ye be you ready, but obey them sikano swa as I said, woko baby will be as I said whatever. And no nana make us plea bargains beba because where we are 10 cities na ye kase kofabra now to me kofaba now chair the ye we are ye and in crofano we are ya nina to me reduce sentence. 1 year sounds to the anani that's how we're going to handle that. But ubi anywhere where we are there to say the MPP ba where we are there from the NDC government on your own NDC ba where we are there from the MPP government on your own so I didn't everybody will pay for their sins and their mankana meboa. You see can so your budget because the whole near they build the nation. Yeah, IMF and start sa cycle of dependence nibio. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. Ntina asema wo yanko who do we okay ntia ye somewhere. Ubia opese obana ube bisa question. Feel free come.
Antebisa.
Minia, what question you're saying? Let me see.
Ovia now, Ovia Waterang.
Me who you now today?
Yamiado me hui.
What question?
Ovia, the question is say, I'm say President Obama about Ghana no. Obeka saying although it is a common sense, but Ghana is Ghana Fosum. Say we need strong institutions. But Ovia wouldn't say it takes strong men to build strong institutions. But I dear men who Ghana Hana say, we don't want strong men. We want men we can run over them. We want men we can walk over them. The moment that you appear to be strong, no, Ghanaians will see you to be arrogant and authoritative. And indeed, how are you going to manage this problem?
So long as Obi say, but where we?
I'm a
just because you be who say we are arrogant, no, doesn't mean say you have to stop what you're doing. Idea we are when him say what now you have a mandate say as I say was service. Also now yes, so you be UFO. And America.
But Nathan say the moment you appear to be that in the eyes of Ghanaians, no, they will demonstrate. They will just almost be my one shot position. No, cry better if you want some. Of my mema small example be President Kufuor power no. Na Dr. Reku Brebe, almost the call VRA. But all na VRA system a different from all the government agencies and institutions. Obiko ejuma be 4 hours. No akotene fie, no be abeto. Oh yes, all the changes by me see workers no yomo ye demonstration tia Reku Brebe and my President Kufuor no.
Yeah, but you see, but this is what maybe leadership style, you're totally different. Everything has to be justified. Won't you mean just because Uncle Fusi said into nephew? That's not how it works. There ain't no problem. Who were Juma say SSC ABC? Senipa ABC, no read the rationary and the sentence way and now. I don't care what you say. Because what I say, me fix problem. And when I'm you come now and I'm fix problem, no, interfere. And you're justified. So you be not in the process of sorry no or cause so damage and now or save be and now or how will be in the processor. Then you have a reason. But already an eduman out of feeling. Out of feeling, we say, oh, no, you crowd Napoya arrogant, Napoya say. I don't care about saying Napoya arrogant. Edumana what the man no what to me na. Bahumia humble, but I don't care. Say Bahumia humble. Edumana what the man were to me aye. When to me anya were garbage. Period.
Exactly.
You have to think.
Exactly.
Now me can what say. It may
as
Ogana Fubana obi ban we say ye wo department ho na kwa di oba adwuma ntem oba obedu ya no aso ne computer no ye adwuma. It makes us feel bad because ye medu ntem a. Are you serious? You think I'm gonna me you munedi na ko no me ma adwuna me dey ban ye different no nti na mo say a problem no any problem one of my making a problem because ono Ghana ni no oba ho no ma o say a problem okodu abrochire they had to change it towards one style where the adwuma no nti then na obedu Ghana we complain say obi yes say no or ye adwuma do no person are you how I mean, who said that then you won't change? Come on, man. Maybe listen, any problem.
Okay, Medasi. I'm saying
problem. Okay, answer crying a bit one demonstration. I hear in Penufo, I won't anya when you may you want a dino. Obi akra me drown because when I could feel but you would not even entertain maybe I don't entertain some answers. My friend, if I saw me eduma, or an eduma, munya no yen eduma. So,
okay.
I don't care about anything else. Nehunya say, oh, an eduma no me yen result. Sano bruni juningu. Uncle Bruni Munisa, Uncle Jason Obibinity a bruchiri. One more take a bruchiri. Because wo Obibinin, wo fa Obruni no wo say. Woman service. Oh, say we do maybe mana onya home faso. That's all obroni ne. So long as say we stay compliant. Na near SSL we no. Oh, hey, Kwabna want today, Kwabna, how you doing? What else of Pewasem? Tina, Africa phone people say, oh, brony with dear child, mini papa of Pewasem. No, on Pewasem. Who representative value be man? Says, representation no who value no fi ho pe who ni na mfaso bio sa no bro ni dwene so inti mo may be about one culture na me nka se bibi about no wo ye na me pe but nyame bi wo ho a e ma wo kɔ anim wo nyame pii mu a esese yesua na ye acclimate to
Exactly.
Exactly. Say, oh, na Kofi a bear problem amount. Not then na ABS. Oh, major. Any problem one bit. One bit. Me the one I Juma make was room. Because when him say my ye Juma. So,
Yo.
now any problem. Any problem. Hey, the only reason that opening a head of state to meet na honani ministers US can so no ankasa your kronfo. On your kronfo on money ministers and any lower manager yes can on tina ho. How? On to mean because on one kasa no ho It's as simple as that. Now maybe in USICA, and then now we are minister who USICA. Now would you still have a job? Are you serious? Who bet them for life? You bet you USICA now plus penalties plus fees. Tika we are and we capre than out the Next person.
Okay. All right, Ovie. And that's it.
Accident Yanko Jesus. Jesus one. Talk to me. Jesus, talk to me. And I make Jesus no antiase. We didn't know what friend Jesus. Okay, my man can say na Ghana for Ghana. Jesus.
Hello.
We didn't Jesus no Jesus.
Mete na mse na mekasa na mba.
Okay, good.
Yo.
Question here then.
Me pajo me mama jo. Yo, na me bisese. In the campaign no, obia baso peso di president and so petumi bi a campaign no. O spend this car. Okay, sir. Onipa na ba spend no. Aden nti na won fe establish bibi. Fesi adwuma bi na fa nipa wo mu. Na yenhu se yi wa fa adwuma no. Se adwuma ne ye adwuma pa adwuma ne koso a waye ni ya. Onipa na beto aba ne de ama wo. Because enipa bi aba, ebi abako, ebi mma nko ye mmeye niema ne ye ni enya. Anka obi nso nke so pe bi adi. Eye nipa na abako na ebi abeye bi ye, ebi amso abeye bi enye. Ene ade mi nso wo de won keke ne kasa. Ebi mo besisi niema bi amfaso ni so. Even once ade agi a wo yetam bia meta hwe obaya na mempese mekasa metie opa. Look at everybody say missionaries, bibi say churches no many ade. There is one church me pe won asempa ba one ye metan. Bibi say me am insurance na me kan ma kan there. Some people like Pentecost. Look at Pentecost. Say your man no brewum. Mwenye sika na mwenye na why don't you build maybe a factories no many na mo fa nipa wo na prison na musi. Prison and the police stations in the Musi. What's the uses? I didn't yan saben the womb sabi. But at me, grant is a meto sabi. Ube see a juma na wafe nipa na wom na macron board. Unza okay say at say yes ya bro for kakra. Obrodi di nyuma and a CSC ni guru and the taxes and keten na ba na CSC ni guru. Intia dentina sike woman individuals a wope to me adi ni adu okura sikan won nyai campaign ni na wo say sikan won fancy human won fan any institutions no ne won di missionaries won fancy human woman ni.
All right. Mama, that's no question. As far as Pentecost and our church be concerned, may Mary pray public office, the mirroring to me answer for Nintia won't decide for side, and I hope so. What I say, and yet, maybe
there be meant to was it because I met to was it. Yeah, it is a sabi. We are no kind say yes, any specific. Yen based on a yen say yen may no quarny nerdy. Intimate to me to was it say as you are coming for a leadership on a day, you are truthful somebody. In the same as if you were because as you are Nasasani man wa who's a woman person your man. It was only pano where Sikano where Jeff young I and some now tofa. Instead, so the best year you may be not crony. I didn't know if any pan woman 1 year you might better and no year you may name the boyamum what you see. A year and there be a dang no money. I did not just a woman pie say crony bonnet and cause you and as a woman say and yadia to be 20 young.
Okay, into a couple of things that's what I say. American said, me and Mary pray say, me baba son me mano. Sika me de five, near me sika me de beshimuno. Maybe because of a couple of things. But I'm on phone into me to mom. Maybe I'm funny phone into me. Mr. Mom, first met feedback. Thank you. Maybe I'm funny phone. Okay. Inti na mpesa me catch on say. Sasi kana me yi no adinti na me yi ya adinti na mpesa me ye me ba na me be so me ma because me calculate baby a oman ne du na me kese me kubue adwuma bia obi ye wo man mu eye den say it to me ye sustainable because among the systems in him
Me pacho so can say me pacho wadawro ma waka asem bi wa ha waka asem bi wa ha so amenti ase o can say oman bi a wo de usika bu esesi a se ne oman ni nkoyin anhwe ya wadwuma ko ne entim ane onipa no so obeye bone ne wadwuma yina di se adwuma ne ye wo de na adwuma ne koye de wo yi ne na osan de obi be hye wa ebesi wa
the top was na team.
Me da ase
package in into the file phone to
me da ase pa yo
in America patch on say from mimic perspective any calculation my say yeah arrest situation a you say Ghana ni na ebebo because after 2024 at 640 billion cedis of debt any industry biano you run deficits at trade just say CC nyama ye kraba omanmuno edoso sing nyama ye export ye kraniama fi over 214 countries bibia ye krabia bahana kire say ye ni competency nti ne ye kra nti wo hwe utiechi na hwesa nyama ya as say wo to me as a strategic thinker na to me kase say me de me sika ko start business a say sika na me won a me wo menim adwene a me wo ene se no wo bu oman no wo betumi asiesie Ghana no he found the best place I met me de my adwene ma ahoden na ko share ebe benefit the most amount of people for me Kofi Kranten to be the president because me a president met me a change fortunes of 33 million Ghana now by right decision making. Now, me de sa adwene ne kɔhye business mu based on me sika kakra me won. Met me the Ebwe Poultry Farm maybe I'm a nipa 15. The fact says systems in Nihono bear require even more money because systems in Ghana, everything is run on personality. It costs you more to set up businesses. In 5 years now, ABA business is not be successful. But after 5 years now, you will hit a decline. Oh, sardines should be I don't know. Oh gosh, man, I hate this thing. What's it worry? Okay. Nibble, what's it worry? Man. TikTok force were cancelled live no need my and okay. Based on my assessment, the best thing they said, sika kakra me wo with support me won. Make but they were actually Ghana food na say nuanom ye ntu sa na mon ya kro no ba bebo. Ebo a won a course sa situation na we be guan afim no akọ. Nti mo be so ma sen na ye ntumi emra ne emesesa neama. The American with the churches and they say ya me wo hwe mean to me a mandate church say onye say je ma be ye o mampanyin church na nkasa mpanyimfo na won ese say wotena se no wokese eyi na eye decide say ye pese ye but on the outside na me ni control what churches so but near me ba metumi aye a ebetumi affect outcomes of one decision I will make and they say ye be ye policy say munye se but on the outside need to me amede so inti the best who person will affect bibia who person who kum who creatio aboba baako na person with the floor an elephant won fa money and now fa mona ataso the best place I say with the bono ye na so achi tokuru ho ye mrewa atu aboban be fa ho abeko ni tima o de elephant ne be ba fam so inti me no man who makes best spot as I say me take with based on near me wo me me am Ghana food now benefit. You know, this is me best shot. Me koye parliamentarian. President, you know, be bremase because on person me ye popular na me de be president. Nti ho no me say bre, me say sika. Na me konso a say me ne man majority and minority na me no one caucus. Inti ma calculate side many na me say the best thing they say me de ma adwene ne ma asem be ba to Ghana fo anim na wo be support me say me ba be president na me ye president no de 2 minutes me nsadia ene na niama ne adwene wo mitim na ye betum dia ye adwuma na they affected 33 million people. So inti that's the thinking behind me decision I make say me per se me besom me man through president, you know, that's the best way. Now, one start a business, I wouldn't need power, wouldn't need su, wouldn't need akwan, wouldn't need customer base because nipe nisika over 30% of the population make over 5 cities a day, you know. Sika ben na business what the best support. In case I say we'll build infrastructure, a fundamental way. Ne sika ba system no now set business a sustain. That's how I think. Inti na me decide say Maria and Maria. Inti hopefully I answered your question. Ye Jesus, Jesus then ye yenko hinaho hey Songhai Emperor and ya Samaba Songhai Kase.
Yes, sir. I'm going to say.
Pacho Bibia yako teacher Ben.
Right, okay. Yeah, Maniaji said I will say respond to for these questions. Yeah, until the enemy person mechanic. Although you've explained some of the things, but I still have a question regarding question now, brother, besides the CIFR investing in a different environment to create awareness before we move into political sphere. Here's the problem. The youth of today's Ghanaians demand a specific requirement from our leaders, one of which is very loud and clear. I know I did ask this question and you say we can't do things from isolation, but at the same point, we want to know your stand against the West. And the reason why I keep bringing this is that as Ghanaian or Africa as a whole, we cannot achieve anything in line and in bed with the West. And the problem is we've been with these people for over 400 years. You know, and I know, as well as anybody knows, that these people have got a foreign policy in order to keep us exactly where we are. So whatever is happening in Ghana right now is exactly where they want us to be.
Sure.
So what is your plans forward to separate ourselves from them and rather look west, south, where when they come into our space, we tend to gain certain things, airport, road infrastructure, electricity, all this stuff. This is what you've been talking about, that we need those things to develop our nations. But for 400 years, these people has refused to give us those things. I have been in Jamaica, all over African dominated areas, and the story is the same everywhere.
Okay.
So what is your plan to counter that?
All right, good. Inti, me hope so be at a question. No, the question now say the West dominates Africa. What is your strategy to kind of push off the West from us? I had to say ubi dao so now pese upiani fiuso. Na nso wuni ahoden nti ebeden na we piano efioso. Me answer to that question and say you don't just get up and go after the West to say upiang if you want so. Munti asema making. The strategy is say dentina West no or also in the first place. Or also because we korofo you family phone into me to mama so. would depend on the West for almost everything. Where young, wunsu, wo petroleum, wo natural resources, wouldn't need the competence to do anything with it. What do you need now come out West? So, and when we say West for no, one survival based on say young penyufono sebe, one adwene me fie and empowering. But the problem is say Ubia West ni bia ni hono ma otene officer okesi enye wa akwan. Ubia ante White House oyo Bruni ana owo Kremlin ana owo any of the Western countries ote hono ma okesi mamo nyemo gota. Mamo nsimu schools. Mamo mfen room kogumu hospitals. Ubia ni ho yesa. Yem penyimfo na wa ha na eye. Yem penyimfo na. Inti before you address the West problem no, basics are SSA yem penyimfo na ye na yen ho to yen no wonye. At least I want you to agree with that. Say we have to start from a position of strength. Now, even the basic position of strength, as I say, we will start from no. 1 year prepared to say we'll be ye, and you are blaming the West. I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying, say the idea say, let's listen. Niama 10 I make in my national development plan. No, you couldn't possibly build a nation without these 10 things. No, then housing. And your West na catching say me and your housing. Yam penyumfona no wonge disikano from time immemorial until you into me your housing. Bad planning. Healthcare. Yet to nru begu storage. Men rune expire because in penyumfubi will control pharmacy. What per se. One pharmacy tongunru no manipa aboarding inti inruna yekra as a government na yedeba Ghana no egu storage expire. Enyo bruni na yesa. One penyufu na wudi abro na yesa. Employment. Aden ye wo agriculture bebia wudua wudun so gu form wanim hakra ha abofra bia fifi. Land ni ye fertile. Mekoto intos 10 cedis. In toast, in kitten 4 10 cedis. Would you chew me kukra? And to me, first no, wouldn't toast gu a sankam no chew me kuna. A failure sankanumuna. Say, would you Tapolina or the chua sankanumuno. Ejina 1 spot. I am in toast 10 cedis ni now 1 spot. We are in a ground. Now I am 4 ni na. That's a serious problem. Obroni na kacho is a main you su wo. Arable lands in Fenuyaniama. And you Bruni. Galam say na ye ton gold in a mabrofon. And you Bruni no be catching in yen say yen land. I agreed from impenyumfono na say wo land. Na ma wo mofra deformed. And a wunsu ye polluted. And our lands ye decimated into wuntu Fenuya bian indi. And you Bruni never catch you say ye. Or not they would to gold no beto. But I know now are there companies that were mine gold? Yes, were mine gold. Na se wunni munyansa obroni nere nyadia onim se wuhia ma no ore nye ma. Sa na obroni tening. Obroni nim se wunim nyansa onu be deal at that level. Onim se wunnim nyansa onu be deal at that level. Inti the fact said wunni munyansan inko blame you broni no yang vote to am the right people are winning munyansa inti ni yerebre. And we have to accept that. American ping at remo. American ping inti monfa dwene ni enfa vote to the right person ni problems na enyira. Because still say ye be hunyansa ye be vote am the right people ni ye be kwaswa bre. Then how Ghana funti a yentumente as simple idea as say one I vote tama one adjune na say wo team what your man no woni bi then how yen I yentumente sa de na say 32 years yentumi nya akwan insu ni ho gotema ye fi intontomoyo wunya malaria woko hospital aduru ni ho den na how Ghana fo wo wo me 20 sim wo mo en wo bebrea na wawu wo kodu soro a onyankopon aka kire se wunni mu nyansa meka mu se me ya onipa men kana den na enkyere mo. I just get so sick and tired of, listen, young and your course is our problem. And you'll be on our course. Ghana funa and your course our problem. Because we refuse to think. Me here no bet me my argument. Onyo Yesu I invite enye Yesu no de mahama bai. Na enyem Yesu no de bahumia ene Akufo-Addo bai. Ghana funa ne vote ma won. It's as I say, your face, it's our responsibility. Listen, put your phones on mute. As I say, your face, it's our responsibility. Say, you vote to the wrong people. One adrenaline level, no. Who did you say you vote to Elon Musk? And I say you vote to or friending Berkshire Hathaway, or friending Warren Buffett. And I say you vote to we're friending Mark Zuckerberg, and I say any of these, and I say you vote Tama, we're friending least you were friending Lee Kuan Yew tias in you vote to mana. God says na Ghana tini. Anka Ghana antesa nipa na would vote to man no already sika we say ke ono na obe vote man wo be bre. What is so difficult about this, Ghana folk? Then they are difficult about this. Akronfo ni yevo tama won. Orebo okron we say na obroni no ye. Obroni ni hu time. Obeba bejewu gold because when we say wunni mu nyansa nti obejewu gold. San obroni tinin o metena anka say no, they have a responsibility say as I say why ethical. We'll keep one morals near.
Like I said, it would be right, say, brother no di can kasaya and sana mebano. Then his question becomes relevant in a sense that those people we are voting for has been giving us the same information that we want to hear from them. We want to improve, and they say they will do it. So what makes you different from them? Because there is no track record for us to base on and say, okay, Ushu Cranton, you are the guy. We're voting for you because we know you can do it because you have done it here. This is where the question becomes relevant.
Okay, good. Inti, let me answer you and for you to listen. You have more than enough information to make an informed decision. The problem is you are too lazy to think. That's the problem. Listen to me. I'm being raw with you tonight, and please excuse me because I'm coming to you direct. You want answers? Let me give it to you straight. Okay? The black mind is too lazy. Adia dwene no den se wo dwene no nipa he na wa ha 64. Yanko agrada platform so ubehu nipa 10,000 wo ho. Unimnenti agrada platform so nipa 10,000 wo ho because nipa muna mpese wo dwene for mpese wo de won adwene ye adwuma. Opese obi no decide ma won na won de what na wiase na they go underneath the radar. That is what is causing the problem. Nobody wants to think for themselves. Obi apese obi na ye decision ne ma entitlement mindset na didi yentim. Ye kwa brochiri kura mpo a. Do we not do the easiest jobs? Most Ghanaians kwa brochiri a one person kura wa ye adwuma e den because they so acquire certification. Oh na me dem person me we ya ye obeje ne $10, $15 an hour. No, it's now because on person a challenging. Sana most Ghanaians are turning thinking, strategic thinking requires a lot of strength. People don't have the strength to strategically think. People are wired to reflexively think. Reflexive thinking does not require work. And that's what we are engaging in. Intina yemu pino yenam Twitter, X so, yenam TikTok so, yenam Facebook so, na mia you want to, na merima dinkwa yasam ne niame hu hiankwa ne ye wo Facebook ne ye. Mebo amon kan kire. How are you going to elevate people like that? Nipa yen won kun wa China, wa Singapore, wa Japan no. One crowd one penny ma one a populace in when you're exposed to sa sites ya what the huma to enim na wosia de ye ministers kwahe want to say one star e wo baby ase chinchinga from left to right nye wo be chinchinga na sa wo kofi a wan koda wan bue wan hamu no ada anopa wo sorry a wan ye late to parliament obi anya won hwe ochina ereko Saturday and Sunday wakotena yi ase anomonsa akansem kwasa. They don't develop the mind. Developing the mind takes work. To say na ukojima wo pedia naden upesa wo muscle eye a year, you have to work the muscle. Wouldn't mean kase would dinia mafun na ube develop a muscle. That's not how it works. There's a price to pay. If you want to elevate your game, before you're lazy. Inti si e pese yes sani ya mebia, ese se ye tiase se yenga ni ya cause sa problem yi. Yenga ni ya cause sa problem yi. Obienim for 32 years we have voted for MPP NDC. Wonge dienga bro. Still JM Twaso break the 8. Don't know how. I mean, seriously, don't know how. Kofi Kranti, how are you going to be different? Well, Mr. Meba, I may change constitution. That alone should tell you, say, I'm not like them, because one will be unconscious will be change constitution. Here na waka chose oba eradicate corruption. Na say onuankasa or ye part of the corruption na onuankasa no sign say what in a betum capital punishment. Me say me can corruption when my corruption be as I say me them how hina no or person or president or be signed to say obi entumi yet because that would mean say won na be jail for life. Hina no waka say person institute a national development plan. Say na MPP nko je sika wa brochiri non fa meye project no nyai non ko be be foforo NDC ba project now NDC MPP started you know won get disika no wom inti on person obe continues our project no or start a new project obey a budget for new monies no so be disika. That is why they never continue each other's projects. Ghana for yenim inti don't vote for them. Oh Kofi yeah the war me unim yansa. I don't even know what to say anymore because people Kofi men kasa inti men ka de miniature na. That's not my nature. I'm sorry. That's not my nature, man. Obi oni mi bia nim say me de me ka no kwai natural. Politics for you, it's life for me. So I say, it's my character. Inti be ka no kwai natural. Ding bi oni yenye. Well, we tell you the truth. Say, youth, if you do not get out there and fight for your life, 2024, masa, ebeba ebeko moba bebre youth. Because sa kronfui ba be bequeathimo with over 604. By the time you do December, no, na close to a trillion cedis of debt. This is pure fact. You don't have a factory. You don't have any factories. Everything that causes you to live in your own environment, you order. There's something seriously wrong with you. And you're Brunina ye. Why do you know fem? Why do you know fem? Gary cry a tofi Nigeria. Obroni Gary. Obroni. Onu ne di Gary. Nti obroni na kache nse yenkra, obroni na kache nse yenkra banking fi Egypt. Obroni na kache nse yenkra cocoa. Say. Come on, man. Obroni na kache nse yen bibia, yes, obetam yen gold ko. Yen cocoa so me add value. Yen meko me add value. Obroni na kache nse yenkra over $300 million of chicken every year. Ya decimate young poultry industry because ye near bro obroni na kansa there be young leaders na young are you vote to ma won na cause our problem you vote one out near for bi owo timra Kofi ukra na okano wo se won intino ye do ba really me se won and I know what kind na you weren't paying attention because I never heard a Kufuado and I'm a American American Akufo-Addo anka da se oba obe change corruption or obe change constitution. Akufo-Addo anka da se oba obe eradicate corruption. Akufo-Addo anka da se oba obe national development plan. Mahama anka da se oba obe sa niyame. Mahama anka da se oba obe fa 10 ministers. Obecha ex gratia any article 71 mu. Mahama anka da se oba 55 diplomatic missions around the world, you know. Me Kofi Korante me ba me training name na ka 5. Obi anka say. Obi anka say oba obe reduce ye ministers, ye ministries to 10. No afa 10 ministers. Obi anka say oba be reduce 275 parliamentarians to 20. Obi anka say. They are not like me. They can never be like me. Inti Dwene, now who said there is a stark difference between Kofi Korante and them. And no, not Kendrick Lamar said, they're not like us, man. They're not like us. They're not like me, Kofi Korante. They're not. Salty, I say, they're not like me. They can never be like me. Inti muntie niye. Come on. Let's go to the next. Pay attention and you know there's a difference. Some guy had asked me, I just say 2. Talk to me. What question then?
Yeah, doctor. Doctor, na me busa say. To see I'm saying near be cost for Ghana. Ye nyina ye hu say no ka ho bi pa na isi kasem no achia kakra de mienu a metimi akani na me pese me hu say sa mienu no obetimi do say subu say sa de no ho ye obetimi atwam say e wo mremo na say enimremo de ba ko Gracia ena ba ko enso project a me fan say omosisi dan na edan ne gu baabi ne ye ka ho asem se obi akodi sika enti saa dan ne nipa betima tena ma bobra na se nipa betima tena adwuma aye adwuma ma aban no musisi o ka ho asem abra se nipa te dan ne mu a ye betima ka ho asem ma na ye ubetime do nse si wo se o mo bepune o so mo mpune ho no nko ano ubetime asima continue ama ya to aso
But you me can't say see I'm say jam me kasa unti on me can't say ex gratia article 71 ye twem. Okay, and number 2 projects be outstanding say except for projects are any non-essential projects, and the reason in TIA into mean complete non-essential projects and they say yeah well a time bomb da hot training time bomb na yen debt yen to me am break yen debt levels net down China for beba be your man. Inti as say yet mean sika na yetua yen ka a yede no ba fam to a certain level and sana ya ye niema bi inti mede meba bibia enye a non enye essential no as say ye suspend nye say ye suspend say mere nye but ye suspend say sika bia ba na say ye kan ye hu ne di tua yen debt ne down motie no ase pacho motie no ase but down to manageable levels. Then we go back to the non-essential projects to finish. But at least sikana eba no say you say you sika bi eba. Inti projects be a will be anwin. As I see ye na nipa te sa dan saglamenom ne ade a wo pese wo ton ma wo ho wo ma nipa kotenem asokore mamponom ne adan a wo si wo ho ni na wo ma nipa tenem ni yesi new developments a eye wo friending vertical integrations ekosoro yesi 50 story 70 story 80 story buildings na nipa tim and it just say ye near bui near save young assassin near the yama. And yet form down, 1 story, 2 story, 1 story, 2 story, and SC Jais are the near. Catching danga as some quan who be briama crew my tan which play when I'll be see former. What can say when I'm in Coco Pisum, wouldn't pay make a tree maybe a montiasi. Wouldn't mind do a friend and Coco Pisu. Baby, I one young Coco. Inti as I say you change side inti said now can on acquire as I say yene where we just say yeah that's it. Yanko Paulina Menu Paulina.
Yeah, Dada. Nyame adumo Dada mpacho na nso
Who you now
asemo Dada. In fact, say me who so about life say na okasa. Na me hwe wani ma eduru ba bia na me wera ho. Me wera ho emma omai Ghana. Emma said ye wadwene eye wo se wo be ye omai Ghana. Ebinom enti wase no. Ne question ya na ebisa no. In fact, yana mirror who ye pa na papa me question me bisa ne say oh my Ghana ni pay wo mu hwe mo questions here. In fact say nyame anso wakoma anhwe ye beka say papa wo so obedi ade o na so say de osi kasa enye but nipa no em say ntiase bia o mu nti no ene dru ba bia ya no mo kasa sa say amamuo no Dada Ghana for ntiase nti na dru ba bia o mu bisa onsem bia in fact ye bra bi di kan be o hwe ekoko no a odi bi so asem na say onim say akonwa no betena so say de mpanyimfo no omadi ye hwam Dada no saa na wo beye nti obisa no say de onim na no onti bibia se wo mamuo no nti bisa na obisa ke onim say obedi nipa ni hwam nti mi bisa say uba saa kwan no kwan ben so na befa so a ube bie Ghana fo adwini no mate amamu ase o monte amamu ase ama ha wa ankasa mi fu sa okasa se ya na me brema because ya na me hu se akoma ne adwempa wo ma o my Ghana ni nhihye pa na obi be trans na obi sa question bi ase won hye dante Ghana na otimo no won hye dante ne ho ase e no ni nam mu asa because the entire make say me kai sister bi amre bi oba app yi so na obekasa on kasa mi entia o say ne mo sori na mo kasa tie mpanyimfo obi a wako ni school papa bi no wanya ni panyiri bi a odi mo sori na mo kasa tie am say wow sister ani mo nyamfo sister bi o Dada e na obekasa na am say nti na mo bre o my Ghana no woni ni pa bia wo e wo man no nti na mo huma ma no say woni ade papa e wo mani mawa enka wo meka sei nti mi bisa say papa oba eno kwa akra de bia Ghana fo ani a me ya sure say e bebo my Ghana pa because wo monti amamuo na se nti oba kwan ben so na abefa so a wo be ma ani bia na aba na boa my Ghana because wo monti ne ma se ne da se
that's me aba okay inti ye be say me aba tio want me enchre ubisa wo penasema but you mo fam phone into me to my want me enchre obi say wo penasema na ne ho asem hia wo a omie na koma mu ema ma want me nsakra inti me ye ba be ye ne say ye ba be ye nhihye ye manipa ehu say papa yi waye we di aboaye wunya ye sa na nipa hu se nhihye a waye no okọ hospital ye ma na duro onam kroma ogu se markets edwa a ye kọ ho no ma gotel nam ho na efini ade ya ye ho kama ma okodu ma hu se se de edwadefo ho ato mu wunam kroma hu se ye akwan ye change light bulbs nam ne street lights nam ne traffic lights bibia ye adwuma ma wunya atenka bi se papa yi em se on the different yemie mu ma no ono so ye hwe de obeye inti eno no ne ya start the friend a revolution of the intellect chese wo ye niema ebe kane adwene na ebe ma nipa krona sakra na adwene e wo niema bi hu because problem ne se you go through a many pepi ne ntumi nwini yie no woma hyeda no woma training yan na edidi yetinum ma nipa pi no enim said ye dwene so asem da ha me ne ahemfu bi kura edi nkomo sometimes anam say na ye na papa be ya ahem ohene de tie ne say ahen no unko school bia unkofa baabi ma mpanyimfo bi ne won tena se enka se yen hwe se akwa etumi adwene at level 1 level 2 level everyone say o ma me na ade na besi no so nti ono ne ba panyin na so na abesi uso ye so ye ohene ne achew ne atu pa da gu ho se wunim dwene ye se una ayo ohene no nti we be kona bad decisions nko na corona we hwe so no ne nam sei nso na emu nkola na pese ekosi so nti eno na akoso problems over and over again to say ye tima ye na ye beneficiaries of sa problem ya ye create ama ye hu nti se wunye obi a odo nipa na ote de akoso na se de me metumi aka no say to fix that problem enye big problem but se wunye obi a ote ase no odo na me kasa na metiem a me kasa me de metiem de ewo me koma so a esese me ka na wonso kakra kwa wasum no meka mwati so enye say me pese me be ye o man panyinti asem no kakra na esese me de fa ba bia Kofi ka Ghana fo no mo nti ase ye nti eya na wato bo ase meka mwati ye pa me sa na mtie meka no wati ni ye because enye vote na menya ne keko me pese wabrabo na sakra so me pese wabrabo na minim se ebi obi beka se na kwese no tie enso pi na ebetemase a won besesa na ebro won ma ebi won beka se na Kofi kan ye no otia mu enye no na medwene nipa pi na won ma dwene besakra won behu ba bia ye kom because won di aborache ni anhwe yi a ya se betor ya signa betor na ye besore na bibia ni ho se nkrofo to aba wo adwoso ni etumi chichire wi ni ye de komo mo se monyenom na monkoto aba ya wo ye Ghana ni na wo ye adult wo ye youth ese se wo hu se wo mo pese wo mo se wase ye ma wi se genom na koto aba chese ema efamitim ehime because to sankame me a young boy we adwoso na me ne me boys nam no ye num wi na me nso me konum bia ebia me nya chance enye bibia ka bebo me mekwa akodi nkwasem ne achimi akotum na me life aye basa nti nipa kro no wo sa condition no ese wo awuhu no sa no wo prea na obi save no na onko sa life num sa na me hu no Nyankopon ama wo adwene ama utumi enya fo wo hu se wo be kasa na wo be gye nkrofo a wo mo wo ahokyere mu na wo mu hu de wo hu no nti me de nyame de ama me no me metena so se na me pese me ye president nti mo de mo ka asem na de bi me kama epusu de wo adwene no wo be fa na wo hu se de me ka na nye se me ka de Chuana media di what de be the make bia ye no kre obia ni wo betumi ne me argue de make ho obia ni ho wonim ba argue kra mpo a enye se me pe na minim de right to but you can't tell me say sa grofo ya ye vote ama wo for the last 32 years wo mo pay Ghana for yi because wo mo pay yi anka by now Ghana is Dubai in 32 years me call China me try video be kire mo wo hu ye ko me Facebook page kofikrantin.com ukoye Facebook page a ubehu me call China baby na ehoye afuo 25 years ago we see the tallest building in China ewo aye whole city apartment ba ko to me cost $200 million one apartment $200 million one apartment 30 years ago na eho na ye farmland MPP and NDC by 32 years. Dear no my Ghana. It is our case. Okay, you go to a moment my chantoma near the na my miracle because woman tears here, baby. They are leading them into the den of wolves. So, inti na ya meka and you may be miniaba medase Paulina Michelle yanko Sam Jones. Oh, Sam, talk to me. Sam. Ufono, I'm said the mute to Minia. Sam Jones. Okay.
Yeah, ready. Yeah.
Teacher Kasa.
Mr. Kofi Wadaroma, Medasi. Medasi, I say. Oh, I dream power, come pa, Emma or my Ghana. Mr. Kofina, they all want to say, Ghana for before say, you problems now, woman. 1 5 3 3 and bar. Now we're going to name one obey mistakes, baby. I say, over 400 years ago, no, yende ya honda, ya kasa yeka, ya duan ya yedi, ya mamre ni ya manwe, said ya tebia, ya bibia sasa. Everything about us is changed. So say very regain yourself, no, and no cry is so difficult. Politics, democracy, no. It wasn't something you prepare for, you think for. And you will be a share and say because of say you yenti. For now, no, yenji democracy intum. Inti yamra ye share ye. I de back democracy at that time nina enye mranso ye san prepare ye san yankasa ye dwene tenase nti Mr. Kofi no kuremu no se me hwe Ghana me hwe ye suban pa before ye suban a kire se ye nananom eka word bi fi kasem ne kase onipa word nankasa nye onipa eye onim papa kire se wo de wo sanomem we bone we papa we say ti ye hwe ya na se we di onim papa ene e flow so onipa nti senka Mr. Krantin senka ye we nipa tebiam a enka sabi enka life a wo ye enka nipa over millions na senka hwe adenti na 200 kire se ye nim papa ye free ye nipa tebia onim papa tebia no ye free enu nti ya nenka adenti na obi yi no na sabi ni tunum ne kote ni bibi ne private part da so na nipa bebre over millions eguso hwe na wa ho ka normal densesa den koso beba nipa brabo mu 100 views kwa unyan ti that means ye free and tibium na make no solutions no esan wo ya ye ho wa ye wo ye ho ne say even nyame nyankopon kra no so wo kan bible aba bia ne ho otimi change nipa bia ne wo nyankopon otimi change nipa na emum no eye nipa na so odin obeye no no wa punish nipa na nipa na true punishment no na nipa na ankasa ye dey asesa na adwen nyame ntimi nsesa ye da unless ye ankasa system na punish ye no so many years ago na ene no sabi ye betie mumu bi enu mu nsema amoka na nka true eno no na nka yatimi ye dey asesa nanso Mr. Krantin de American de hu kyerɛ sɛ yɛ free nipa te biem yɛ ndwene te sɛ nipa biem ohun ba bia jimi fo dɔɔso bia nso nkɔso nkɔ mpuntuo bia ne hɔ da bia nyansafo dɔɔso no da bia mpuntuo nkɔso ba Ghana wa wohwɛ a hwɛ bra wo brɛ o kasa kora question bi wo kora nse yɛ bita nso ne yɛ bita kyerɛ sɛ adwen no ba bia akodi na Mr. President Pacho o so be president deɛ no wayɛ yɛ hwɛ so atwa abama kutum sɛ adwen na jimi mimi botom ska no pese me mfa nye Ghana ye mi botom ska na yesen fatumi ma me na menye gi oman ni sika ni nyina nkambom na me mfa nye oman ya wo se me nye bibia ansa no ato abama me na saa ne etena wiase na me de me kasa kwa wie Mr. Clanton no kureni me na me di saa ayi black and white for na me di omachi na me behu no na me gya omachi die Ibehu so anche na mesa ko hu na kwa me bedi akọ wa adwen a wo no abibifo ye problem nyina ye unity is part of our biggest problem ayo so intimesrew no kwede e ba akopɛ ye nananom ka sɛ anokoro kyerɛ sɛ de wo ka no eno a na wonua ka nti saa de ye nyina ye anokoro ene ebenya the word nokore metie wo nsɛm nyina de wo ka eno a na kwa me bedi akọ ka media mesin unity a power and ka say there be media minya yanka mumienu nanka mujina stage so nanka mu empower Ghana youth just say enka a lot of youth no adwen be de ebesesa but say koba say obi atene ho obi a ye ne de nko a ebema youth no ya bre because unity na nso na ama ya bre dada na mo amo sese bi mo bebo an so mo asa disunite mo ho pe ebema ya bre di mesre e honso mo nhwe ho mayen na mo
minua e ha me said e ha wona na the piano say say ubetu ne ponko akonsuo na no na ukoduru ho no ma wuntumi mfo so ponko no se onno so te ase
nokre
ye keka unse ekeka ni bi wo ho no ma obi wo no ma ade bia e make sense no wo present ma no a enye wo de ma na esese o make decision no a ye make out ase say ase wo defa de no kakra na bi okọ na oba ase oba bia be ma bi
it take time
okwa na ohu no first say be ma pa wo nika o ma me hokra na ate wo be peme na okona ebia emema foforo eye no rofa na wo ma mfa na nsi ya na wo ebia wo nika uni bebia wo tenso de bia no uhu na wo ma no respect wo ye ne kama na efe na dwene na ebafie so na eno no wa ma ebia wo ni bibia de enso ebia ono start ya abrabon ye bebo na akudu baabi so nti eno no da bi wo hono sa ebia unam kwan sa no ahia no say na na wo kọ na ne attitude asoma cross ene ma me nkogya wutiri mu ayo de chesade a wo kotokra wo rebefi wo de sika no besan befie nti sa ne tie nti enye se me na bia me mpese me ne nana kwame no be ye adwuma ana say but etore bi wono emre ukọ baako na wone no koka na entiase anya adwuma na se munya finalize bibia ese umma time na ebia
me nka we na me mfa ma asem no ensi
koso ahoma no teko Ghana Communications for the ayo see ya ni what menka okay any yanko teacher boy teacher na so bi akoi teacher ko
koso me da so
koso
na me se me de ma asem o wie
me oba koso
me na me de ma asem o si no kure ni mo amu pese mo lead momfa nkyɛn wɔ suban bi a sɛ bi te sɛ deɛ na mɛka a hwɛ sɛ adwene a wowɔ a wɔhyɛ nyinaa nipa kakra bi na ɛhwɛ wo momfa nkyɛn kyerɛ sɛ akyew akyɛ ɛne yɛanante ntorɔ mu saa nti yɛhu nokorɛ kora yɛhu yɛte nokorɛ kora yɛnte akyɛ it's been so long in slavery ɛde ɛbɔ ba yi yɛfɛfɛ culture kaeɛ no nti momfa nkyɛn true nkasa mo kasa nkakra bɛtake time ansa na yɛaba abɛte mo ase nti ɛno deɛ momfa nkyɛn kyerɛ sɛ yɛni yɛte biam yɛfiri te bia foforɔ mu akɔ foforɔ mu nti kakra
yɛkɔ akɔpem December nti yɛdeɛ wɔ ha yɛbɛyɛ wei a nti nkakra ne yɛkɔ yɛnim why ɛnyɛ den me nua yɛda ase teacher nyame nhyira wo sɛ wo nso wode afotu pa abrɛ yɛn Sam Jones wo Sam Jones wo hey Sam Jones sɛ na wo kasa sisia o
Brakovi.
Yes sir.
Brakovi.
Minya koso question is saying.
Mpacho me kan.
Me te on kapa koso.
Me network ni nyekura. Brakovi me the economics. Because sesiano according to Kwame Nkrumah no economical war through the neo-colonialism. It's a Brakovi with them Israel. Say yen youth no ye pejuma. Anna ye be creating juma so to me little knowledge about creation of jobs and they say creation of job about your natural resource now. If we want to create jobs, we need gold, diamond, bauxite, those things. We need to refine them. But here is the case, we are rather selling it out. Because imagine, recently I know lithium. Brakovic. Lithium, no, say you're refining lithium. Lithium and your phone battery, car battery. We need lithium and cobalt. Ship battery quite the lithium into Brakovic about. Imagine say your investors say you stop exploitation of lithium. Now buy no decide say I'm refining lithium because lithium no me find raw state no and you be unless you refine it or process it. As you say now okita a bro na open more. As you say edigun siomu na oyane na unya more. Into no say imagine say you get refine lithium. Don't you think say any company that need refined lithium to build all this kind of batteries they will troop in because if they come in for the refined lithium now to their various countries now exportation of the exportation charges and importation charges very normal. So if these companies, we have like 50 companies of these phone batteries and other laptop batteries and this factories build their factories here. Don't you think that will rather bring jobs in Ghana other than we selling it out like that?
Okay.
So with this our natural resource, with this our natural resource, will you love say, yeah, you better build the refineries because in Nkrumah we need independence. What he did was building Akwatia Diamond Refinery because diamond in refinery.
What is your question?
It may be say brakofi metawechi because minimum say oye genuine. Mr. Oba ye natural resource no obeton anase obeboa near refine near to media bringing investors here to create jobs for the youth. That is all what I'm asking.
Okay, good. Great question. I want you to listen. Natural resource ubia we are finite. They say utu akudu baby but Sam Jones for our phone to mute. The idea for me, Kofi Quarantine, any Mapam phone, is not to exploit your natural resource. Natural resource is the last resort to wealth building. Yet the best renewable way of building wealth is to elevate the intellect of your people. As I said, what citizens will elevate one more thinking, not one more competent. With competencies, they will be able to do so many things in their environment, add value and export and make money. That way, you create greatness and the friend complexities within your nation. Complexity, you will have more people, women need more things here. At any one time, nipa bia or in the population, juma otumi ye nioma bese 4, 5, 6. Olusu adwuma wa ha next week no akọ start wa ha. Olusu wa ha next week no akọ. And on a build a sustainable wealth. And yet building refineries to add value to your natural resource. Inti me Kofi Quarantine there, I am not for exploiting a natural resource. We have to allow for the land to heal, because one must say assassin. In the next 10, 15 years, we have to reclaim. As I say, na asset, what assassin pioneer, man vitamins, bamboo, na a hilly land, a cleaning you. So, I don't know, say, Yebenya sika say ye nyoma ye to say nyoma 10 na ewo ye National Development Plan housing, healthcare, employment, education, transportation, telecommunication, security, recreation, markets, and a functional CBD. Saa nneɛma no na ɛbɛma adwene no akɔ ɛsoro. Ɛbɛma quality of life of the citizen ɛbɛkɔ soro. Ɛno na ɛbɛma the citizen produce more at a higher value to other nations. Na yɛde bɛnya sika. Ɛnyɛ exploiting your natural resource. Exploiting your natural resource is a cheap way, a lazy man's way of making money. These guys are very lazy. So, we will show you how to make money, but it's not going to be natural resources. Next question. Kwame, what's your question? Kwame. Okay, Kwame inye available there. Wasi Niga. Kwame inye available. Wasi Niga, talk to me. Wasi Niga. Okay, yenko Benemef Foundation.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay. I think this is the third time my journey. So the question is, I know that there's something wrong with our constitution. Something wrong with the constitution, because some of these things that these guys are doing, the constitution back them. That is why they can't be punished. There was a time we saw something at in social media where Cocoa Board boss, the salary they were paying was very huge, allowances and blah blah blah. We don't know if it's true, but if it's true, the constitution back it. And I'm just thinking that how and what means can we do away with that constitution and then come out with a new one? That is number one. And number two is it will be somehow difficult for a single person to say that we want to change this constitution. I think that is what I'm thinking. How is it going to, how are you going to do it so that we'll have a cool constitution?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, so first of all, a single person, if you're a president, is who starts the change for constitution. That's the single person, the president.
Yeah.
Because the president is the person who is the head of the executive. Every recommendation you make in terms of running government will require a responsibility or financial commitment. The president is who gives the financial ministry the authority to release funds for that decision that you make that requires money. So it's only the president who can begin the process to change the constitution, because changing the constitution requires money, because it needs to be done through a referendum. A referendum means you have to give power to the Electoral Commission, who will go out like it's an election, and
I understand.
Get at least 40% of the people on the voter roll to vote, and get at least 70% of the 40%ers to vote in favor of that which is proposed in the referendum. So it requires money. So if you are the president who will authorize Ministry of Finance to release the money for the Electoral Commission to start the processes that will bring about a referendum, then a single person can do it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So that goes for your question number 2, which says you don't understand how a simple person can change the constitution. I just told you how a single person can change it.
Right.
They're the only single person who could change the constitution.
Yeah, get it.
And number 2, and the first question you asked was, how does one change the constitution? And I just laid it out for you to understand the processes it has to go through. The president gives the order to his council, which is the head of legal at the presidency, to let the Speaker of Parliament know. The Speaker presents it at the Parliament, and it goes through the Council of State for 30 days, and it's gazetted for 6 months, which makes it 7 months at this point. arguments are made on the parliament floor because it will be read as a procedure. And then it's given to the electoral commissioner who prepares a referendum. After the results of the referendum is brought back to parliament, and if there is a positive, they made more than 70% of the voting, then it would be the responsibility of parliament to make it law. And it's assented by the president. Okay? So all your questions answered? Thank you very much. Let's go to the last person we have. And the last person we have is.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Paul, Masa.
Yes.
Would you know when the last person I was so what question is saying?
I'm Pacho. I'm a charity for me. Pacho. Okay. Okay. Pacho, I say Bebrenana amount for an account, but I can be picking it from an angle. Say, you and I could attest to the fact that religion in Ghana, especially Christianity, is impeding the progress of the country. Indeed, my question to you is, when you are being voted into power, what are some of the measures you put in place to put all those people in checks? Because from Sunday to Sunday, the labor force are always in church, and these pastors are taking, advantage of the vulnerable people. So my question again is, when you are voted into power, what are some of the measures you put in place to put them in check, just as Paul Kagame has done?
All right, great question. The TN said, so when I'm abonting, na temperature no say 35 degrees, 34 degrees. Now one shot are you be an from my boy. What did we feel is say a word dinner?
Right.
The same abontino when I'm ho na wash a jacket.
Right.
Over I say a show do. The difference is to say body niche jacket. Exposure into Nama and sorry, I take advantage of the people. The point I'm making is that the citizens of Ghana have too much idle time. I am fanye. Ye ma womu bibia nye.
Right.
Pina in juma. Pina aware ayepasa because ejuma as someone ye. Pino in nisika anka ebia or they shopping or they to bibi or they call simstress wako pamontoma or they nam krum or they ye bibi or they kosran namfo. Pino ebia school be SSO corner or they elevating the game or to me the sharpen the skills owned court because of nisika.
Right.
Pino kwaya sesanki you two own two. Pino recreation sesank womu corner ebia yeji ni ye co vacation wo kwewu ye nam north share the savannas and the plain fields of the north, landscape, crocodile parks, nomne, sanyo many na ye nyibi, shopping mall cry untumen ko because when we saw obekwe, untumen koto endumin enni because unisika. Now, the same person, so woman a juma, na woman a onya self-worth, they are a different animal.
True.
To me, dear check or Kosrana Danfu or two coin or ye business be or char dear or ye see, and no be absorb the time so much is said. There's only so little time left, said or the bequa sorry.
Right.
The problem I war Ghana no, and yes, and sorry no dorso, a dorso pa. But sanka sorry a dorso no. Nipa egu Ghana no enya bibiye ema almost self-worth. Ye kwa juma Monday to Friday. Saturday is so spend the time with the family. Not Sunday no kwa sorry baby or be home because Monday or start a cycle ni biu. Uncle Tinasori them 7 days a week. Or crew waka, a year waka, a crew no bebe fear 4 o'clock no, or year Eden Colano, echo shopping. Omo kosra ne maame, e kosra na downful bi. Oh, ye ko shopping mall akoto ice cream amankolano. Uncle Tinasori them 2 hours say or call prayer hour. Because your kwa sorry or call bomb pie sing your men famano when ya wanna bra boom. Because your leader na provide their mawomo to develop their life.
Yes.
Wednesday night, Jericho hour, onen kolano ewo badminton class. Ye shre almost said ye bo piano, ye bo flute, or no one ice skating or skating rink. On Tinasori demu. Mompire senyame na menkra bia na your mom, because you have given their lives meaning.
Yes. Yes.
Only meaning obekwa them, because what else is left? My job is to give you meaning.
Right.
The more meaning won kotena sorry them, me say me president in sorry ni pino numbers will dwindle, because the prayers now obekwa sorry yakobono, it will be answered through giving their lives meaning.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. Pacho, me one other question.
Go ahead.
Okay. Pacho, well, me Ghana hodie, me Kasafi Canada, but then Mate say Nigerians are the good calling the brain. When you have the order, what are the measures that you could put in place? This ECOWAS way now, Abi Bikwama Nigeria for one more flooding now, one more cause damages, and changing the youth, into Sakawane and Yamanaman. What are the measures that you put in place to stop these Nigerians from flooding the country, that they will stay in their country if they want more other than coming to live with us in Ghana, almost say youth,
All right. Simple problem, simple fix. There are close to 50 entry points into Ghana.
Right.
You need staff. Maybe I was staff, woman you trained. Maybe woman you trained, woman need equipment, surveillance equipment. Maybe woman equipment, woman need other institutional infrastructure. Ema woman edumano ACP. Inti the whole system, you're porous. And nipa fem. Na nkofo chia ne fem. Ibi fem kura ye hu. Inti say ye beefy up. Now before you be beefy up, say you create the bia said the American, one of the first things say you establish in ye integrated national ID and address system. Said every Ghanaian in Bia will be documented. Baby, I will be based on activity in him, so how will you see?
Right.
That way, say, Ubi befra system who who say there is somebody or a foreign entity or what system. If you cannot identify, you cannot give exclusivity to Ghanaians. Into Nigeria, for any other African countries now, befra because your systems need 2 weeks.
I agree. Yeah.
So, into the EBABN say, national, integrated national ID and address system. All the security agencies will be operating on one network. Integrated woman. You can't possibly be in Ghana where your transaction, what to rent, to talk credit, to electricity, we say, the system will not pick you up.
That's right. That's right.
Uko Dubai, uko any other country where your transaction be the first thing you have to pull is a passport. Ubedu Krum Haseya, we will take your passport from you and we will give you a temporary card with a travel in Ghana.
Brilliant.
And the reason they say If you don't meet your status to say, as an African country citizen, for 30 days, then you will not get your passport to travel anywhere else. We will disable your ability to travel anywhere. Open up a passport to now exceed 30 days. First of all, Obia Woba in Biano, as I say, would share a fee, 1,000 cities or more. 30 days, you do now by Jiwa now crew near the 1,000 cities amount. With Pahon 1 day, 1,000 cities no ashe, and also near the Baba Herhel, or passport, and also, oh, Baby Chia, just a wet chair fees now, or penalties and Sana or Sabeka. Nobody's going to mess with Ghana. And it's simple. Simple system.
Wow.
So, listen, Bibia making Bia will be ayeda. Country be ayeda, and I ya funny, I am bespoke. After friend honey, I am better. Near day by your crew. Inti, wouldn't him say, yeah, Juma.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
So, inti, and your problem, now I'm paying for Wedum, now woman, your papa. I mean, they don't have the mental capacity. It's as simple as that. Inti media, I'm telling you, say, Sani Abeye, if you cannot count your people, you cannot measure them, you cannot do anything for them because you name how many from Ghana or mere Africans. April 5 million. Inti we live instead of 16 regions, you know, there were 18 regions in Ghana. 18 regions. 2 other regions now you want foreigners in Kwan because of the I know for a fact say you more than 5 million foreigners in Ghana. Also, yeah, immigration and customs in need documentation of them. And that impedes on every bit of planning for the nation. It won't happen under my watch. Never. Yeah, that must say.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that it? Who's the last person? Hey. Reform. Kasani and Kwen on the last person.
Yeah, Busia for me, Mr. Kofi Michia also. Nasaya I'm free Saudi Arabia eba. Asama o kan si na mede bi before so. Omo one app bi a Minister of Education Interior obia wo sa app no so. Na se ban se bia obebie bank account a se the Minister of Interior Emma some code bi a odi be we say na there's no way about me access our account no person will be no. And I feel so say ebia traffic o cross traffic ya camera ni twa wa phone so a app no kura bezi anga ya menya o rep bi a na kam de a kire se ne app no o cross traffic light na o ma kire o se ne obetua na abaso se momo na obetua wo tua ka police nchew. And so Ghana ha no police becho na on driver for na dane stick kan kwan ho court na driver passengers go kai no mu we so mo time we yare na call hospital waste of time wa hunu nanka traffic ne che wa na wanya text message e wo phone so app no so mfa Ghana card na o da me app no na watua ka and we also did the whole day over cross traffic light na and what's more ohunu sa na eyo man na bibia wono ne friends system no eda ho no bia ede nti mani age sa na wosi we say ne pa mani age ho pa me da se onkopo mo ni na TV support na etim be system sa na me da se.
Thank you. I was here for honey did you ready in be see the muna ma say me mo ba you to see yasne ya mi share muna always. I'm your steadfast advocate for outstanding leadership. Nobody does it better than me. Nobody knows it better than me. One say a friend say president. Ubie ni hwa unim sen me. so NDC ni so MPP ni braha. Come and engage in a conversation. Right? Na ina yemfension bibi. Yede muna amase se ene mobile. God bless our homeland Ghana. I'm say and Thursday into ochna yeden. Minim di ochna ye but ochna na Saturday ne Sunday na programs wo ntia mon follow ye na mun time our programs wo se de mo benya notification. Yede muna amase live abundantly and prosper. God bless our homeland Ghana. Yebishia soon. Now,